Let's just put a smile on our faces at 9:30, because the one piece of good news that's come out of a miserable day is that Meghan Markle's been cancelled by Netflix. Good morning, Rupert Bellybill.
Breaking news is shaking the worlds of streaming and royalty alike. Meghan Markle, the Duchess of Sussex, the woman who once captivated the globe with her royal wedding and Hollywood glamour, has faced what may be the most public professional setback of her post-royal life. Her Netflix lifestyle and cooking series, With Love, Meghan, has reportedly been cancelled after its second season failed to break into Netflix's coveted top 10, leaving both fans and critics stunned. This cancellation is more than a television setback. It is a moment that highlights the delicate balance Meghan has struggled to maintain between her royal persona and her aspirations as a media personality. To understand the full gravity of this story, it is crucial to examine the journey from her high-profile Netflix deal to the disappointing reception of her ambitious show. The royal-turned-media mogul, Meghan's Netflix ambitions. When Meghan Markle stepped away from her royal duties alongside Prince Harry in 2020, the world watched closely. It was a move that combined boldness with risk. The couple famously signed a multi-million-dollar content deal with Netflix with the promise of creating documentaries, lifestyle content, and other entertainment projects. The announcement was a media sensation, a duchess trading royal protocol for Hollywood deals. Industry insiders were quick to note that Meghan had high expectations to meet. Netflix, one of the world's leading streaming platforms, is known for its ability to turn even niche content into global hits. But it also has a reputation for ruthlessly cutting underperforming projects. Meghan's status as a former senior royal offered instant attention, but attention does not always translate into engagement. With Love, Meghan was announced as a personal, heartwarming series that would blend cooking, celebrity encounters, and personal storytelling. Meghan positioned herself as a guide to celebrating love, friendship, and connection, with a promise of lighthearted humor and intimate insights into her life. At the time the premise sounded promising, Netflix was banking on her fame, relatability, and the public's curiosity about the former Duchess. The first season, charm or misfire. Season 1 premiered in March of last year, featuring 8 33-minute episodes. The format was simple. Meghan cooked with friends, learned from celebrity chefs, shared handmade gifts, and attempted lighthearted comedic moments. The show even included subtle nods to her royal experiences, offering viewers a sense of personal access into a world few could imagine. Early reactions were mixed. While some viewers appreciated the humanizing glimpse of Meghan outside the royal bubble, critics were less kind. Media outlets labeled parts of the show awkward and forced, questioning whether Meghan's charm translated effectively to a cooking series. The juxtaposition of her celebrity status with everyday activities like baking or crafting seemed to alienate some audiences who found it difficult to relate to the polished and highly curated presentation. Social media was quick to voice its opinion. Hashtags like #WithLoveMeghanFail trended intermittently, with viewers dissecting Meghan's attempts at humor, her celebrity interactions, and even the selection of recipes. While the show received some praise for its production quality, the consensus seemed clear: fame alone could not carry the series. Despite the critiques, the first season performed well enough to warrant a second season. Netflix reportedly hoped that the series would gain momentum once Meghan had the opportunity to refine the format and incorporate additional celebrity guests. The second season, high hopes, disappointing results. The second season of With Love, Meghan premiered in August, with Netflix executives placing significant bets on its success. The season expanded in scope, featuring more celebrity appearances and more personal reflections from Meghan herself, including moments about her wedding, her transition into royal life, and behind-the-scenes glimpses of her family experiences. Yet, the series' ratings told a starkly different story. Viewership numbers were disappointing, with the show failing to reach Netflix's top 10 lists worldwide. While Meghan's celebrity status generated initial curiosity, it could not sustain long-term engagement. Analysts noted that the show struggled to find a consistent audience, particularly among younger viewers who dominate streaming trends. Industry sources close to Netflix revealed that executives were growing increasingly concerned about the trajectory of the series. Internal reports allegedly suggested that while with love, Meghan generated buzz, it did not generate the kind of engagement or social media traction Netflix demands from flagship content. Some executives reportedly expressed frustration that even a global celebrity could not guarantee performance in a saturated streaming market. Behind the scenes, what went wrong? Sources who spoke to Entertainment Insiders offered glimpses into what might have gone wrong behind the cameras. Production reportedly faced tensions between Meghan and Netflix producers, with creative differences over the tone and direction of the show. Meghan's vision reportedly emphasized personal storytelling and gentle humor, while producers aimed for broader appeal with more celebrity cameos and lighthearted drama. These clashes, according to insiders, may have undermined the cohesion of the show, making the second season feel uneven and disjointed. While some episodes focused on genuine moments of connection, others appeared heavily scripted, contributing to the perception of the show as polished but insincere. Additionally, critics argue that Meghan may have misjudged her audience. While the world was fascinated by her royal story, translating that intrigue into a sustained lifestyle brand proved more challenging than anticipated. Viewers were reportedly eager for authentic insights, yet the show leaned heavily into production gloss and celebrity appearances, creating a gap between expectation and reality. Public reaction, divided opinion. Social media and fan communities have been ablaze with reactions to the cancellation rumors. Some have defended Meghan, emphasizing the difficulty of entering the competitive streaming world, while others have framed the failure as a public reality check for the Duchess. Tweets and posts ranged from supportive to scathing. You can't buy talent or relatability. Meghan's show just proves that fame doesn't equal skill. Netflix made a mistake canceling. With love, Meghan had heart, but people are too mean. She's used to headlines, not numbers. This is Meghan getting a taste of the real world. This polarization mirrors the broader public debate surrounding Meghan Markle's media ventures. While some continue to admire her entrepreneurial spirit, others perceive a pattern of projects that fail to resonate despite massive publicity. The royal angle. Impact beyond Netflix. The cancellation also carries implications for Meghan's public image and her relationship with the monarchy. Although the series is clearly a separate endeavor from royal duties, the public frequently associates her media projects with her role as a former senior royal. Critics have argued that the failure of With Love, Meghan could fuel skepticism about Meghan's ventures outside royal life, reinforcing narratives of overreach and misjudgment. Royal commentators have already noted that the cancellation may affect Meghan's credibility as a media personality. Historically, members of the royal family have been careful in their public-facing endeavors, leveraging status with caution. Meghan's high-profile Netflix deal was groundbreaking, but the series' underperformance serves as a reminder of the unforgiving nature of public and commercial scrutiny. As the dust settled over the disappointing ratings of With Love Meghan, the reality of Netflix's decision began to ripple across multiple worlds: Hollywood, the streaming industry, and even royal circles. Behind closed doors at Netflix, executives were reportedly grappling with what had become a stark and uncomfortable truth. Even a global celebrity like Meghan Markle could not guarantee sustained viewership. Sources close to the platform described tense meetings where teams analyzed every metric, from initial viewership spikes to completion rates and international engagement. The consensus, they say, was painful but clear. While headlines and social media chatter could generate temporary attention, the series had failed to capture the kind of consistent audience engagement that Netflix demands for flagship projects. Despite the spectacle of celebrity cameos, polished production, and heartwarming moments intended to showcase Meghan's personal journey, the numbers simply did not add up. In the industry, the reaction was immediate. Entertainment insiders speculated that the show's cancellation could serve as a cautionary tale for celebrity-driven streaming projects, particularly those tied to figures whose fame originates outside of traditional media. Analysts pointed out that Meghan's story, while compelling, might have been too intertwined with her royal past, leaving audiences conflicted over whether they were watching a lifestyle show, a personal memoir, or an extension of royal intrigue. Some executives privately noted that the series lacked the kind of dramatic tension or narrative hooks that make Netflix content addictive. leaving it vulnerable in a competitive market crowded with both high-budget productions and authentic reality programming. Public reaction mirrored this polarization. On social media, fans rallied to defend the Duchess, praising her attempt to create something genuine and heartfelt. "Everyone deserves a chance to try something new," wrote one supporter, emphasizing that her intentions were positive, even if execution faltered. Meanwhile, critics were unrelenting, arguing that the cancellation was inevitable. Comments circulated suggesting that royal fame could not substitute for relatability, authenticity, or the ability to sustain interest over multiple episodes. Hashtags like #WithLoveMeghan cancellation and #Meghan Netflix fail trended in multiple countries, reflecting a global fascination with the Duchess's misstep. Even those who had enjoyed the show admitted that it lacked the compelling narrative energy that keeps audiences returning week after week. The cancellation also sent shockwaves through Meghan's public image. Royal commentators noted that while her Netflix projects are technically separate from the monarchy, the public often interprets her media ventures through the lens of her royal identity. This association has heightened scrutiny and magnified the stakes, making every creative decision a potential headline. Observers suggested that the underperformance of With Love, Meghan could reinforce existing narratives questioning her judgment and career choices, although supporters countered that it was simply a bold attempt to carve out a new path in an unforgiving industry. Financially, the ramifications were equally significant. The multi-million-dollar deal signed by Meghan and Prince Harry with Netflix, which was initially hailed as a landmark for royals entering the entertainment world, is now under renewed scrutiny. Insiders suggest that Netflix may reconsider the couple's remaining projects, potentially renegotiating terms or tightening creative oversight to ensure stronger returns on investment. This development has sparked further speculation about the couple's long-term media strategy, as well as the viability of high-profile celebrity content in an increasingly competitive streaming environment. The global reaction to the news has been a complex mix of fascination, criticism, and cautious support. In the United States, audiences expressed both sympathy and disappointment, reflecting an ongoing debate about Meghan's capacity to translate fame into media success. In the United Kingdom, coverage focused more heavily on perceived misjudgments and the gap between her royal image and her commercial ventures. Across both regions, social media debates flourished, with some praising her courage in trying something new, and others framing the outcome as an inevitable reality check for a celebrity accustomed to constant attention and privilege. Sources close to the production revealed additional behind-the-scenes insights, painting a picture of creative tension that may have contributed to the show's uneven execution. Meghan's vision reportedly emphasized warmth, personal storytelling, and lighthearted humor, while some producers aimed to maximize audience engagement through celebrity appearances and scripted moments. These clashes, insiders suggest, may have undermined the cohesion of the series, leaving episodes feeling polished but sometimes inauthentic, combined with a highly competitive streaming market and audience expectations that lean toward more dramatic or emotionally compelling content. The show's struggles became almost inevitable. As analysts dissected the fallout, broader questions emerged about Meghan Markle's trajectory as a media personality. The cancellation could mark a turning point in her career, forcing her to reassess strategies, reconsider future projects, and determine whether to pivot toward collaboration, reinvention, or a temporary retreat from the public eye. While her global fame ensures that her next moves will be widely covered, industry observers warn that success in entertainment requires more than headlines. It demands sustained engagement, creativity, and the ability to connect with audiences on multiple levels. At the same time, the story highlights the tension between celebrity, royal identity, and audience expectation. Meghan's attempt to leverage her unique background and fame into a lifestyle show was unprecedented, yet it also exposed the limitations of star power in the age of streaming. Viewers, critics, and industry insiders are now watching closely to see how she responds, and whether she will be able to navigate the complex interplay of public perception, creative ambition, and commercial success. Ultimately, the cancellation of With Love. Meghan is not just a professional setback. It is a symbolic moment that underscores the realities of modern media. It demonstrates how even the most famous individuals are subject to scrutiny, competition, and the unpredictable tastes of audiences worldwide. As Meghan Markle faces this chapter of her career, the public, media, and royal observers alike are left to speculate. Will she adapt, reinvent, and rise again? Or will this be remembered as a cautionary episode in her post-royal life? One thing is certain, the story of Meghan Markle's Netflix venture is far from over. The cancellation has generated a storm of discussion, debate, and analysis that will continue to unfold, providing insights not only into the Duchess's career, but also into the broader dynamics of celebrity, streaming media, and public expectation. The world is watching, and the next step she takes will determine whether she can transform this high-profile setback into an opportunity for reinvention and enduring influence.